the grandson of right thought. Let's read a little bit about what the Most High was revealing to us about the rain and us praying for the rain and about that time. Go to the book of Zechariah. Zechariah chapter 10. And we'll start at verse 1. Zechariah chapter 10, verse 1. Ask ye of the Lord rain in the time of the latter rain. So the Lord shall make bright clouds and give them showers of rain to every one grass in the field. That's the way the chapter starts. Ask of the Lord rain in the time of the latter rain, which we'll be discussing on our last video. He says, verse 2, for the idols have spoken vanity, and the diviners have seen a lie, and have told false dreams. They comfort in vain. Therefore they went their way as a flock. They were troubled because there was no shepherd. Ask for rain in the time of the latter rain, for the idols have spoken vanity. For, because. So, the idol pastors, idol shepherds, idol teachers, they haven't taught you anything that has come from heaven. They haven't given you any manna from heaven when they've spoken to you. So you should ask for that rain that comes from heaven. Because on the earth, these people are wasted. Their diviners are telling you lies. What does he say? They've spoken vanity, which means words of emptiness. They've seen a lie. They have told false dreams. They've made up stuff. They comfort in vain. They're comforting you, their so-called flock, when you go there, they comfort you in vain with lies. Telling you lies. That's what he said. He says, therefore they went their way as a flock, and they were troubled because there was no shepherd. You seen that? Mine anger was kindled against the shepherds, and I punished the goats, for the Lord of hosts has visited his flock, the house of Judah, and hath made them as his goodly horse in the battle. I want you to hear that good. So this is all going on at one time. He says, pray for this rain because these so-called leaders ain't been telling you nothing of value. You see that? And in verse 3, he goes further and says, he's upset. He's angry with the shepherds, those so-called leaders. Why? Because they ain't been telling you nothing of value, you see. He says, but he has strengthened and visited his flock, the house of Judah. See, the house where I'm from. So he didn't visit them and strengthen them and give them no rain because he's angry with them. So he came to the house of Judah. His elect people that were his ministers before, he going to choose them again to be his minister. That's what's happening, you see. Continuing, he says, out of him came forth the corner, out of him the nail, out of him the battle bow, out of him every oppressor together. And they shall be as mighty men which tread down their enemies in the mire of the streets in the battle. Who shall? Judah. He just told you, I visited my flock. They're going to tread down all these so-called leaders that's lying to you. They're going to tread them down with the true gospel. When you get that rain, that ruach come on you, you see, then you're going to see he visited you. Let's continue. He says, and they shall fight because the Lord is with them, and the riders on the horses shall be confounded. See that there? They're going to fight because the Most High with them. That's why I said I be going offense. I don't go defense. I go offense. Why? Because he who is within me is greater than he who's out there in that world. That's been divining lies and speaking vanity and telling false dreams and comforting y'all. See? It don't, even though I'm truly comforting you, it don't sound like it. He said they get comfort in vain. But his rod is what comforts us. That's called correction. So his correction is what comforts us. That's why he says they comfort you in vain. They're not correcting you when you go to church. That's what he's telling you. When you go to them buildings, them leaders ain't been correcting you. They ain't been comforting you then, see? Continuing. He says, and I will strengthen, see what I told you? The house of Judah. The house of who? The house of who? I will strengthen the house of Judah. When? When the rain come down. See? Like I told y'all, it fell upon me, and that's why I'm teaching y'all now. I ain't no pastor in no church sitting up there with no suit on. I got on sunglasses on my face talking to y'all. With a nose ring in my nose and gauges in my ear. You see what I'm trying to say? With a rag on, pretty much. You see? But I've been strengthened in the spirit from the rain that I was telling y'all about on the last video. See that there? He says, I will strengthen the house of Judah, and I will save the house of Joseph. And I will bring them again. See, bring them again to place them. For I have mercy upon them. So there's some controversy going on, sounds like, where I was upset with the leaders that have been talking to his people. They've been leading his people astray. They've been lying to his people. So some rain gonna come down and strengthen the house of Judah, he said, so that they can rise up and teach the truth. The true Jews will. Me. See what I'm saying to you? He says, because they're going to get mercy. What did I tell you I got in the 40? I give you my grace. See how that working? Grace and mercy. See? And they of Ephraim, oh, wait, let's go back. And I will have mercy upon them, and they shall be as though I had not cast them off. See? For I am the Lord their God, and will hear them. Who? Judah. Ephraim. That's who he going to hear. That's what he said. And they of Ephraim, see, shall be like a mighty man, and their heart shall rejoice as though through wine. Yeah, their children shall see it and be glad, and their heart shall rejoice in the Lord. I will hiss for them and gather them, for I have redeemed them, and they shall increase as they have increased. And I will sow them among the people, and they shall remember me in far countries. And they shall live with their children and turn again. And I will bring them again, also out of the land of Egypt. Again, you see these words? Again, I will bring them again. Everybody's talking about the second Exodus. It's all the same time frame. When that rain came down, didn't I tell you it came down? Didn't I tell you I drank it? Didn't I tell you that? Now, have I been different ever since I drank it? Well, how am I teaching y'all everything I'm teaching y'all when I'm talking? That rain I drank. You see how it's working? Strengthened me. He heard me. You see what I'm trying to say? And he will bring them again out of Egypt and gather them out of Assyria. Verse 10. And I will bring them into the land of Gilead and Lebanon, and place shall not be found for them. Interesting. And he shall pass through the sea with affliction, and shall smite the waves in the sea. And all the deeps of the river shall dry up, and the pride of Assyria shall be brought down, and the scepter of Egypt shall depart away. And I will strengthen them in the Lord, and they shall walk up and down in his name. I am, says the Lord. That's what I was telling y'all about, you see? He starts off saying, pray for some rain, man, in the time of the latter rain. Because after the latter rain, ain't no more rain coming down. Ain't no more harvest. The winter comes and everything dries up and turns into sticks. You see what I'm trying to say to you? I told you, it's the last time. It's the last chance that you got. It's now. Ain't no more chances. Y'all deceive yourselves when you think you can do something tomorrow. My question to you is, how do you know you will exist in tomorrow? How do you know it? What is your guarantee that you will be breathing, walking, and talking tomorrow? What do they say? Tomorrow is not promised. What did Christ say? Take no thought for tomorrow. So if you're taking thought for tomorrow, are you doing what Christ told you to do? See what I mean about the difference of our church versus that church you went to before? The pastor did not get that microphone, come down to your pew like I just did, and look you in your face and ask you that question. Y'all understand that? They rather divine lies and speak vanity to you and comfort you in vain. I just saw a pastor the other day talking to his congregation about this whole LGBTQ movement and everything. And while he's talking to them about their jobs and working and having peace while they're at work and being able to work in peace without having to worry about this being pushed upon them and blah, 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 blah. Why are you talking about Egypt? You're supposed to be a pastor of the flock, but you're talking about Egyptian type shit. Because the children of Israel, they cried out to their God because of what reason? All of y'all just think they were just crying to God for nothing? There's a reason for it. We got tired of working. The house of Judah were never meant to be slaves to no man. And somebody lied and decided to do it anyway. Well, lies only last for so long, ain't it true? They don't last forever. So when it says here that they've been divining lies and everything, how long would that you think that will last? Well, it will only last till the true rain come down. The latter rain that causes the seeds to sprout. The same seed that Christ was telling Nicodemus about. That ruach, that baptism. And as you can see, he says that when you get it, it causes you to be strengthened if you were the house of Judah. And you that were cast off, see, because only the true Jews will understand this, because they were God's people, they were cast off, and they were redeemed. Now, they can only bear witness to it. That's what the scriptures are saying. I am your God. Let's read that one last time, in case anybody still is confused about that, scratching their heads about possessive words. Let's see what it says here. Da 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 da. Let's see. Let's see what I want here. I want to get the specifics. I don't want to get it wrong, y'all. Okay, verse 6. Sorry about the time on that. Should have been quicker with that. Oh, my bad. And I will strengthen the house of Judah, and I will save the house of Joseph, and I will bring them again to place them. For I have mercy upon them. Y'all understand words like that? And they, y'all understand words like that? Shall be as though I had not cast them, y'all understand that word, right? Off. For I am the Lord their, y'all understand the words like that? God, and will hear them. Y'all hear that? Making it specific who we dealing with here. The same people he had cast off. He now redeemed them, and they're going to be like they never was cast off. So all these people saying that you belong to God, were you cast off from God at one point? As a people? Were you cast off, put into slavery, put down at the bottom of the world, cut off from all heritage, cut off from your name, cut off from your being God's people, and then being redeemed back, like he said, after he deal with these pastors that have been dealing with lies. He's going to expose them by raising up Jews that are true. You see in Revelation where it says, I know the blasphemy of them who say they are Jews and are not. Well, those Jews will only be exposed by the true Jews. That's the way you expose a lie, is you put the truth there. That's all you got to do. What did God do? The world was going along thinking they was doing everything that they were supposed to be doing. So-called Jews thought that. So the truth came. Yahushua. He came and stood there and said, y'all see, y'all doing it right, huh? And it showed them that they weren't. Now, how would you perceive Christ? As a man, well-dressed, and wearing a suit and tie? Is that what you think? If you saw pastors, what would pop into your head? Suit and ties, correct? Would Christ be wearing that? So then why are they, if they say they follow Christ? What would Christ be wearing? He tells you, take no thought of what you shall put on. So what do you think he's wearing? Something he put a lot of thought into? Or something he didn't think? He just threw it on. What do you think? Because maybe you've been looking at the wrong crowd for your ideal of righteousness. He tells you right in there, these people focus on what they're wearing to look righteous. This is your king saying this. And you still go out there focusing on outward display of righteousness. Yeah, look at his suit. He's got to be right. Look at him standing up there on the pulpit with the suit on. That's what pastors look like. No, that's what false pastors look like. Sorry, that's what it is. That's what God keeps saying. If you search through the scriptures, he's always talking about the false shepherds, false prophets, false teachers, people leading his people astray. Even Christ said it. He said, y'all not even going into the kingdom, and you're blocking other people from getting in. So they're running interference. You see how deep that is? They're not even uninvolved. They are involved in something, and they're running interference. That is their involvement. How would you like to be part of that group that's playing interference in God's work? You're interfering in God's work. How would you like for that to be who you are? Well, if you're over righteous much, and if you're outwardly looking for righteousness, then you are that person that's hindering the kingdom of Christ. Christ taught you all over and over and over again how to judge righteousness, how to look at a person and not judge them because of how they were dressed, to not judge them because of how much money they had, and y'all continue to do it anyway. And you say that you love Christ and you say that you follow him, then you are a liar today, because his word will bear witness against your ass. While you say you're serving him, he will say, depart from me. And if you say that that's not part of the story, that many won't meet that end, then you're lying to yourself again. Because many will say, I did this in your name, and I did that in your name, and I prophesied in your name. And he will say, I never knew you. Never knew you. You were too busy concerned with how you looked on the outside. You were too busy concerned with blowing a trumpet every time you did something you thought was good. But I'm the one that told you, don't let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. Don't let them know. You don't know what that means because you ain't got no wisdom. So you steadily doing it, saying you following Christ. You ain't got no lot of rain falling on you, buddy. You in a drought. You in a drought. He says this drought won't be of food and drink, but it will be of hearing the words of the Lord in truth. That's what you're going to be lacking. Why? Because you love lies, world. You're sick with it. You love it. You don't want nothing but lies. Tell me sweet lies, or don't talk to me at all. That's the way y'all is. Well, y'all can't hear the Father if you want to hear lies. You damn sure can't hear Christ if you want to hear lies. He says, ask and you shall receive. If you ask him for lies, what are he going to give you? So many say they follow Christ. They're following idols. Idols. Things that don't even exist. That's what they're worshiping. Some material God that no one has ever seen or talked to. But they dress up to serve him. They drive fancy cars to serve him. They sell their friends out to serve him. They sell their own soul to serve him. And damn idol. Because you can't, those people, you can't get an answer out of them as to who they're serving. They will say they're serving themselves. Wow, you worked and worked and worked to acquire that physical object. Now you have it. What does that mean about you? That you're somehow better? So when you were driving the Ford Escort, you were John Smith. Now you're driving the Bentley John Smith, and you're better John Smith because you're driving that Bentley. You're just getting out of a fucking object, dumbass niggas. Y'all can't understand this shit. It's so sad, man. I'm serious. It's very sad watching you get in and out of objects, thinking that makes you better. Thinking that makes you more valuable. Thinking that makes you higher status. I can walk in that door right there built by men. I can walk in it, but you can't because you're not allowed because you don't have enough money or you're not high status enough or you're not of high class or you're not highborn or whatever the fuck words that they've made up to make themselves seem valuable when they're all trash. Every last one of them filthy as dirt. Every last one of them is from the dirt you came. How the fuck you ain't filthy, nigga? What takes things out of the dirt and makes them pure? Fire do that. If you ain't been through the fire, then you're filthy as hell, nigga. Tell me you ain't. He said acceptable men are built where? Where they built at? If you an acceptable man, then you know. If you ain't an acceptable man, you about to ask me. I don't know, grandson. Where are acceptable men built? In the furnace of adversity is where they're built. There's a furnace God got. It's got a kiln in there. It get real fucking hot, nigga. And the Most High will put you in there until your ass is pure. That's where. It's called the furnace of adversity. You hear that? To whom much is given, much is required. You got a whole lot of shit carrying when you come into that furnace, but when you come out, you ain't got nothing but yourself. Pure gold. You were gold when you were put in there, yeah, but a bunch of rocks was stuck to you. A bunch of clay was stuck on your ass. A bunch of dirt, a bunch of other minerals and all kind of shit was stuck to you. So I will put you in that furnace and purified you and got all the dross off. The shit that's holding you back, he took it all off. And the stuff that's holding you back, you heard the word? Stuff, nigga. It's stuff. Now what are you? Are you any of that stuff that you crave after so bad? Are you any of that? Any of that stuff that you have, does it benefit your character at all? Does it build integrity in you? Does it build any type of virtue in you? No, it can't do it. How can an object made with the hands of men minister to men? But y'all won't hear it though. Y'all won't hear it though. Y'all want lies like I told you. It says they have made lies their refuge. You understand what the word refuge means? It's where you run in a time of trouble. I've seen people do it. I've seen people do it to their grave. I don't know why they think that will benefit them lying to man. Why are y'all so scared of men? Why are y'all so scared of flesh and blood people? Even it's written that y'all had to be told. Don't fear the person that can kill you. Y'all scared because man found out he could kill with his devilish little dirty ass? He found out he could take some life away from something? That's not a great feat. That's not something to be proud of and to be boasting about, nigga. What's wrong with you devils out there? What's wrong with you? That's nothing to be proud of. Taking life away. Why that make you glad, nigga? Huh? Why that make you happy to say you take life? I want to thank God. I want to thank God. I want to thank God. You want to thank God for being a murderer? You want to thank God for being a thief? You want to thank God for being a destroyer? He gonna say them same words that I told you earlier. Depart from me. You work in iniquity, nigga. You saying one thing, you do another thing. Can't fuck with you. 1 minute you one way, the next minute you another way. I can't fuck with you. I ain't like that. I only mess with like-minded people. What did Christ say? My mother and my brother are those who do what I do. That's it. Those who do the will of the Father are my family. If you ain't doing the will of the Father, you ain't no part of me. A few gonna find it what I'm doing. Only a few gonna find what I'm doing. Because everybody else chasing the wind like dogs. Y'all chasing that shit. Barking up the street like fucking mangy ass, flea infested ass dogs. Oh, grandson, that's so cruel to speak like that. You're right. The preacher in the church doesn't speak that way. Christ did. I hear crickets now. Christ did. Christ said, it ain't right to give the children's bread to the damn dogs. True, Lord. I'm going to keep reading that part to you niggas that say he didn't say that. True, Lord, she said. True. That's true. She didn't say, oh, you're calling me a dog. Oh my God, I'm so offended. She said, that's true. So then how the fuck I can't say it to you? That's right. That's right. That's right. See, the beauty of being the new man is none of you old niggas can tell me nothing about how the new man's supposed to act. Because in order to know about the new man, guess what? You gotta be new. You gotta be born again. And if you ain't born again, then you can't hear me. You can't see me. So who you talking to when you get mad? When you lash back? You throw insults back? Who you talking to? Y'all wasting y'all time. I told you, everything that y'all doing is a waste of damn time. It's all vanity and it's all vexation of spirit. And if you understood what vexation meant, then you would understand. If I want to live a thriving spiritual life, then I can't do the thing that's vexing my spirit. And what's vexing it? Well, what did he say? Oh, it ain't even a hard word with a bunch of fucking phonics and syllables, nigga. All. A child can say that word. All vexes your spirit. So then how is your spirit thriving if you're doing any of that worldly shit that y'all do out there? Huh? You wonder why the holy people of the past fasted. You wonder why they went off and went away. You wonder why they went off into the mountain and prayed for days on end. You wonder why they sat and ate flowers in a field till they could write 200 books. And you wonder why they went away into far places like Enoch did and went away from the world for months on end. You wonder why. Because when I'm present in my flesh, doing something in the flesh, I am not present with the spirit. That's why. So I had to choose, like I said in my song, me or you. Flesh man and spirit man. I'm the spirit man. So one, I gotta choose. I'm gonna choose the spiritual man. Chasing no fucking Bentley. The fuck I'm chasing a car another nigga made, folks, so I can make him rich. The fuck I'm doing that for? Chasing no fucking pussy. The fuck I'm chasing that for? I don't have to chase anything. The fact that y'all are chasing proves that you ain't got shit. I'm going to tell you right now, if you're chasing, then you don't have it, do you? Do you chase something you got? Are y'all retarded? Y'all chase something that you already have in your hand. You're still chasing. Okay, then. Okay, I'm just making sure. That's all. Making sure. That's it. No, of course you won't chase it if you already have it. Well, I have all things. So then I don't have to chase anything. That's why Christ said, take no thought, brother. Y'all taking thought of everything he said don't take thought about. They tricked you with this one lie. I'm going to tell you what it is because I saw it for myself. If you walk away from Egypt, you won't be able to survive out here. If y'all took that one little moment to hear those words I just said to you, you'd be like, that's just right. We're all scared like sheep in a big-ass huddle. And why are we scared? Because we don't think that we can live if we stop working. If we stop slaving. If we stop going into that system, the matrix. We have to keep entering in if we want to live. That's a fucking lie. That's a lie. 600,000 Israelites came out of Egypt and didn't work no more there. So what did you want me to tell you? You hate your enemy. Watch this, how stupid this shit is. That niggas are still going along with the program when this is how it works. When you read the scriptures, it says that Pharaoh knew something. He said, those Israelites are becoming too damn numerous. They're going to take shit over. They may even join our enemies and fight against us. Oh shit, we don't want that to happen. So there's a people dwelling amongst the people. Well, is that happening right now? Yep, Israelites is dwelling amongst the people right here in this nation. So-called as one, like Egypt was. See, we're all one people. Yeah, right. We just read where you said these niggas about to come up and try to take over. So we know you really don't like us, but we know that you get rich off us. I want my people to hear this shit. They get rich off your slaving. How much cotton is you willing to pick for these hoes before you say, I ain't picking no more, nigga. I'm not picking anymore. No. I know why I'm picking it, and it ain't because of your red ass with that whip in your hand. It ain't got nothing to do with you. It's because I went away. I went astray. I turned my back. Well, I'm going to turn my face back like I just read so I can be remembered of my God and he can show you that he loved me. Because you don't think he loved me. Why? Because I've been out there in the field, nigga. So you don't think my God loves me, but he do. He going to show you that he do by redeeming me from that lower state and rising me back up to my place right before your very eyes, and you'll behold it. And then you'll understand why I said everything that I said. Why I opened my mouth the way that I did. You'll understand because I was moved to. It was beyond my power to restrain myself at this hour. I have to speak these words. I have to. Y'all shame y'all ancestors and those ones who came before you by not speaking. I will speak. I will let you know what you've done. I will let you know your error so that you may repent and turn back to your Father before it's too late. Your only way out of this situation that you have found yourself in is repentance. It's to turn back to your God that you've turned away from willingly, chasing after the wind, chasing after money. I'm going to get my money right, and then I'm going to be safe in this world. Come on, black brothers. Let's all get together and get our money right, and then they won't be able to stop us. If you think you can take something your enemy has made to defeat your enemy, then you're a fucking fool. You can't take nothing that they have made to destroy them with it. What did Abba say he's going to do? He's going to strengthen you. Where you going to get your strength from if it don't come from him? Your money? Okay, go ahead and have it then. You fucking black people. You go ahead on and have it then. All of you. And you say, why did you just say that, grandson, like that? Because black people don't exist. That's why they call it black. It ain't offensive. It's just the truth. Black people do black shit. Like chase after merchandise. Chase after money. Chase after wealth. Chase after vainglory. Why? Because a black person is vain. A black person is empty. Isn't that what black means? So a black person chases after things that can never fill them, even though they chase after it like a fucking crackhead. That's what black people do. Doesn't matter what color your skin is. That's what empty people do. People act like they can't hear these words. And the reason why they can't hear these words is because they're not spiritually minded. They're carnally minded. And to be carnally minded is what? Oh, no, grandson. You tell us the answer. I ain't telling you no fucking answer. To be carnally minded is what? You better find out if you don't know. I told you niggas I ain't gonna keep doing your damn homework for you because I'm a good student. I'm gonna sit up here and say, you know what? These other guys are slacking off and not giving a damn about what the teacher's saying. So maybe I should cover for them and do their homework for them for a while and tell them the answers. Well, they still act like they didn't give a damn. So I ain't helping you niggas no more. Let you work out your own salvation. See? I know what I'm saying. You just ain't used to hearing it. There's a big ass fucking difference. It's a big difference. Y'all don't have no understanding of what's truth. Christ will straight up tell the world something, and the world will straight up say it means something else. Said the kingdom of heaven is not outside of you. The people are constantly running around talking about the kingdom of heaven out in the 3D. Oh my God. It's not outward apparent. They're still running around talking about it. Okay. Yes, y'all say you love Christ, but your heart ain't with him. Well, he said that too, so I shouldn't be surprised. Just a bunch of hypocrites. Oop, I shouldn't be surprised by that because that's what he said. You hypocrites. Coloring up the outside of your body. That's what he said is the problem. And it ain't changed. You think this is what a person does. They say, you think that a righteous man looks like this and talks like this, so that's how I will look and talk. Who does that? Wolves do that. The walking and talking is the sheep's clothing. So your master, in his infinite wisdom, warned you and said, hey, because y'all like to look at the outside of things, they have figured that out. Your enemies, that is. They have figured that out, and so they dance and dress up and put on a show that they have found out that is pleasing to you. That's all the hell they've done. And you go right along following it, even though it's not true. Go right along following the shit. That's what you read right there earlier, Zechariah. Lies, vanities. People just going along without a shepherd. See? You see? Well, for all of you who are real ones in the midst of this wicked world and wicked generation that you live in, you must be aware that there has been a false Christ that has been sold to you for a very long time. And that false Christ has put you into bondage under the law again. And you don't know you're under the law. Well, you're under the law if you say, this is going to cause me to die if I do that, so then I won't do that. This is going to cause me to sin if I do that, so then I won't do that. And your whole life is built upon things you don't do. Well, if you're focusing on what you don't do, you can't do. Your whole life has been telling people what you aren't. Well, what are you? How about we start on that shit? I am. If you ain't built up no I am, I mean, you don't know who you is. I mean, you don't know who Abba is. That's all the Jews was worried about. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do that on the Sabbath day. Don't do this on that day. And Christ had to keep on whack-a-moling them. And do you think they got pissed off every time they found out they were wrong? Of course they did. It's embarrassing as hell. He's proving to the people that the Jews that were saying that they were righteous and leading the people were actually leading them astray. He was proving it. Because there were other people who wanted to do the same thing Christ was doing on the Sabbath day, but they couldn't because the Jews was watching them. Over-righteous much people was watching. Over-righteous people are in bondage. They can't be free. They can't do shit. They can't experience nothing. Because they're over-righteous. They destroy themselves doing that shit. Y'all ain't read Solomon's wisdom. And you know why? Because it's only written to the ecclesia. That's why. You like, who is the ecclesia? That's why your ass don't know nothing about the words that's in there. See? Yeah, it just is what it is, man. It is what it is. So like I said, if you one of them real ones that's caught in the midst of a wicked generation, all out there by yourself, did you hear what I just said there? If you be at the house of Judah and the house of Ephraim, what you worried for? What's you worried for? Oh, there's no way I could know. It's been ripped away from us. Abba just said, if you remember and bethink yourself, I will turn and remember you. So if he remembers me, I know exactly who the hell I am. I don't need no person to tell me that. The last time somebody told me who I was, he was cracking a whip over my back. So I don't think I need to be letting none of you niggas tell me who I am anymore. Matter of fact, I get real offended when you try to tell me who I am. Like, you're African American. No, the fuck I'm not. Can you please stop saying that shit to me? That ain't who the fuck I am. When you say you black, no, the fuck I'm not black. Why the fuck you calling me that? And then you're wondering why, hey, buddy, hey, why you cutting all into me? Because you're telling me that I'm a lie. How should I feel about that? When you ask to be called what you asked to be called, I call you that. So how come you can't honor me and calling me what I am? That's all, folks. Flush that nigga down the toilet. We don't want to see his pink ass no more. We don't give pearls to swine no damn way. We send them on their way, back to the mire, the doo-doo, where they like to wallow in. I told you only the real ones know what I'm talking about. They're the only ones who can rock with me. They're the only ones who have let it go. They're the only ones who have let their own righteousness go. They're the only ones who have let their own ideals go. Those are the only people that can listen to me. Everybody else gets offended. Everybody else cannot withstand it because they don't understand it. They can't withstand it because they don't understand it. Hear me today? They don't know. They can't comprehend it. It sounds evil. Just because something sounds evil don't mean it is. What does it say about this world? They call evil good and good evil. Nigga, clean out your shit, man. With the word of God today. No, I'm going to go with my own understanding. What the Bible say happens when you do that shit. You say lean not. But y'all steadily leaning on a broke-ass crutch. Okay, keep leaning. Because the shit over with. The game is over. It's been played. Christmas doesn't work anymore. Holidays don't work. Independence Day fireworks shooting off doesn't work. Festivals doesn't work. Carnivals don't work. Fucking traveling isn't working on these people anymore. Baseball doesn't work on these guys. The Super Bowl isn't getting their attention like it used to. We need to do something because the shit isn't working anymore. No, it doesn't. It's a lie, nigga. Lies don't work. So if you in that world and you're hanging on to anything in it, loving it, that means you love lies. You love vanity. You love pointless things. Well, sorry for you. Sorry for you if that's the state that you in. Building a house on sand. Is there a point to doing that? I walk right past her ass looking. Is there a point to you building that house? Yes, it is, because I'm going to live in it and build my family. You may do that, but it won't last. It's going to fall. No, it isn't, man. I'm building it, standing right now. It's going to fall because of the foundation is shaky. It may not fall today. It's going to fall one day. And it may fall in the least expected moment of your life. But it's going to fall. No, it won't. Okay, all have sinned. So then, everybody's house has fucking failed that they built. Golly, I wish you could hear what I'm saying to y'all today. Well, you elect can. So right now, I'm going to speak directly to you elect. That life that you built, when it says all have sinned, was a life that you built that was not true. And so it went away from your life. It died. You see? And it had to be regenerated in truth. And you had to be reborn so you could get the new life that Abba had planned for you from the beginning. Never planned on you being a slave. Never planned on you being this and being that. But because of your own sin, he said it would come upon you. But his redemption would also come upon you. So it's about time that you just turn your face back, elect. Focus on your God and on his truth. And don't let anybody lie to you anymore about your liberty that you found. Y'all must not understand liberty. Just remember that you haven't been given liberty as an occasion for the flesh to fulfill the things that you used to go out there chasing after. Silouan Israel.